Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody had a happy, safe, blessed Christmas. I hope all the babies got everything that they asked for, plus more. And so I was trying to wait for a few people to get on, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into this subject. But y'all excuse the noise in the background. My baby watching her favorite show. So I hope y'all can hear me clear. Let me know if y'all can hear me. If not, I'm gonna have to cut her show down some, but I think it should be okay. But anyway, so today I just chilled at home all day, rest, and cause we had a pretty long weekend. Spent time with family, and it was just amazing. But today I just rested because I'm off all week, so I was like, I'm just gonna rest today. And as a few subjects part of my spirit, but mainly this subject about dating with children. And I see a lot of women that date, and they be so quick to bring their I don't want to say boyfriend, because well, it could be boyfriend, because after they meet, sometimes they jump right into a relationship, which is not appropriate. But anyway, that's another video. But they bring their children around the guy that they just met, like, immediately. I've heard stories of people saying, well, they met this guy maybe on like the weekend at the club, and then that Monday they at their house with their kids. Y'all, it is too much going on with sex trafficking and perverts that's out here. And sometimes you have men that I've heard cases where if guys see like they'll send a female a friend request that they think is single. If they just see the mom and the kids on the profile picture, they'll send them a friend request just to get to the mom, to get to her children. Bless you. And then so I guess maybe he'll DM her or something like that. And then, like I said, then women are just so easygoing with, immediately bringing men around their children. And that's like an absolutely no in my book. And y'all, let me just say this. When I get on here and I go live, this is my opinions, okay? Everybody entitled to their own opinion. So everybody have their own opinion. It's just my opinion. I feel like you should wait at least 6 months to a year to introduce your children to whoever it is that you're going to be dating. Because like I just said, you have sex trafficking going on, and you have, let me not say that word, I'm sorry, because there might be some kids that watch these videos, and I want to be mindful of the words that I'm using. But you have, that type of trafficking going on, and you have men that's the P word, and they specifically trying to get to your children. And then you have, like I said, women, they might meet the guy over the weekend, and then I guess maybe they feel so comfortable with them. Monday, they bringing them to their house, introducing them to their babies. And mind you, people can put on, y'all. They can act like they're the nicest guy ever, and then they just be the complete opposite. They could put on, and then, like, not only that, like, you introduce them to your children, but then later on you leaving them with your children. and then you wondering why your kids is crying, they don't want to stay with them, and then you know, some parents, they overlook these signs and like, oh well, she'll be okay. Like, and one thing I will say is that kids, they pick up on spirits as well. They know if something is not right. I don't care if they like a newborn. I've seen cases where kids will be crying and screaming like there's a complete stranger try to pick them up, and they just be like crying and stuff like that. Like something ain't right with their spirit. So when it comes to dating with children, y'all, you have children that is not old enough to talk and say what's going on. They can try to threaten them and say, well, I'm going to do something to your mom or dad if you don't allow me to do this or that. Or they just, the babies are just terrified to tell you what's going on. And then you have some that do tell their parents what's going on, and they don't believe nothing that they're saying. And so I just know that I've heard stories of, you know, like, you know, back in the days where like you had more, it was more of what happens in this house stays in this house. And so it was so much of, you will have you know, sometimes dads touching on kids, you know, family members touching on them, but then they go to tell their parents and they just don't believe them. And then so of course they grow up with all this on their hearts, and then maybe if they get the courage to, bless you, the courage to tell, you know, what actually happens. You know, this stuff, it travels along, you know, with them as they, from childhood to, you know, as they grow up and being in different relationships, and they can be real you know, sensitive to dating and stuff like that. But the main thing is that, you know, don't be so quick to bring a man and or female around your children. You know, like date, court, get to know them a little bit more. And then, like I said, like, because the more you date, the more that you date, the more someone will reveal who they actually are. And it may not come out in, you know, in the beginning, everything cool, everything cordial, you know what I'm saying? You just still feeling, you know, feeling good about the person. Nosy. So you're still feeling good about the person, and it's not, these these signs are not coming out right then and there. So it takes time, but eventually the real them is going to come out, and you will see it. But I always say, like I said, these are just my opinions. You should wait a little while before you bring your children around a guy. Not, I mean, even just letting them know where you live at, because people are crazy. People are crazy. Like, you just, it's scary these days. It's really scary. Just, you have to take your time, be patient, and really try your best to get to know them as much as possible. Just like I said, eventually who they are is going to come out. And we have to protect our babies, y'all. We have to. And so it's nothing wrong with you dating, but I wouldn't suggest you being so quick to bring them around your kids. I would wait. I would honestly wait. Because like I said, you got men out here that is specifically want little girls, and they prey on little girls. And you really need to be careful with bringing men around your children. And like I said, I've seen cases to where some people just immediately, not even knowing the guy for a week, and they already around the kids. They met the whole family and all kind of stuff. Instances like that. Like you don't know them. You don't know their character. You just don't know what type of person they are. Like, you have to really take your time and get to know who they are. And I know sometimes it takes a while, but you gotta really use our discernment and pray and ask God, like, to send you a sign if this is the guy for you, if not for you. And he'll send you a sign. He gonna send you the sign. And like I said in my last video, signs are always there. We just, y'all be too quick to jump into bed and then your vision is clouded. But the signs are always there. Sometimes you just overlook it. Like, you might get mad quickly, and then you like, oh my goodness, all I said was I wanted a cheeseburger. I didn't want McDonald's. I wanted Chinese food or something like that. He just upset. So, but like I said, just with these babies, y'all, I would suggest waiting at least 6 months to a year before you introduce them to your children. Try to gather as much information as possible. Get to know them as much as possible. I mean, if you want to go out and go on your date, see if someone close to you keep your babies while you go on dates. And don't bring them don't allow him to pick you up from your house. Do not allow him to pick him up. Do not allow him to pick you up from your house. You need to meet him when, he asks you out, etc. You meet him, and then when you leave, make sure nobody following you and stuff like that. Y'all, people is crazy. You really have to just pay attention to your surroundings and just really, I can't stress that enough. Really, 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 really try your best to get to know him as much as possible, and pay attention to those red flags. Always pray about it before you make any decisions. Pray and ask God to lead you and to guide you, and to open your eyes up for your vision to be clear, and just be mindful of men that you're dating, and bringing them around your children, because it is very important that, even with little boys too, you have men out here that's preying on, they touching on little boys as well. And one thing you don't want is for them to be what's the word for us? Violated. You don't want them to be violated like that. You don't want them violated at all, but with them being young girls and young boys, extremely young of age, and you don't want it at all. And so, try your best to teach these babies, teach them and tell them, hey, if anybody touch on you, you let mommy and or daddy know. It doesn't matter what they say to you to try to discourage you to not tell you. Tell mommy or daddy. And I'm putting dad in this as well, because he could be dating somebody, and it could be either or. It could be the man dating or the woman dating. It doesn't matter. But make sure you teaching them, if somebody touches you inappropriately, you tell mommy or daddy. Doesn't matter. Teach them that. We have to teach these babies that, because they don't know. And if you don't teach them, and then if they do get touched, they'll probably be like, they may think that it's okay, and it's not okay. And we have to teach these babies that at a young age. at a young age. So I think that's all that I have. I just had to get on here and share with y'all that, because that just kept popping up in my spirit. Because like I said, I see a lot of you know, it's a lot of really young mothers. I'm talking about teens up. And, you know, they went and taught these things. You know, they could have been touched on as a young child, but, you know, their parents didn't teach them to tell them if someone touches on them. So I say teach them teach them, that way they will know. But as their parents, as their mothers, as their fathers, we have to be protective over them. It's our place to make sure that they feel safe and secure. And you don't want that to happen, and you never at least taught them that. So for one, I say wait at least 6 months to a year to introduce them to your babies, and don't bring them to your house. But that's another video. I'm trying to stay on one topic. Number 2, make sure that you are teaching your babies. If anybody, I mean not just boyfriend or girlfriend, anybody touch you in inappropriate areas, you come and you tell your mommy and your daddy. Period. Because sometimes, you have it to where the parents are together and they're married, and then you have other family members that will, touch on these babies inappropriately. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter if the parents are together or not. You make sure that you are teaching these babies that if somebody come touch you, you come and tell mommy and daddy. Some stuff I'm just not gonna say on here, but y'all know, y'all already know. We ain't having that. So make sure that y'all are teaching your girls and your little boys, because like I said, it happens to little boys as well, not just little girls. So that's all I have for now. I love y'all, and I'll be back whenever God give me a word to share with you all. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I hope that this information was helpful to someone. And again, like I said, I'm just gonna get off. I hope y'all have a happy new year if I don't get on here before then. Love y'all. Chat later.